that's it. England go to the World Cup in Russia next Thursday with a comfortable and comprehensive victory under their belts. All of the warm-up games have been played and 10 unbeaten run. England have gone 10 games without picking up a defeat on their build-up to the World Cup. A 2-0 comprehensive win over Costa Rica this evening puts them in good stead to the World Cup finals in Russia. However, are England ready, and is this England team ready and capable of achieving greatness in Russia when the competition kicks off a week today? We're going to be answering all of those questions in this video. We're also going to be giving you a brief match review of the game as England faced Costa Rica in England's final international friendly match before the World Cup gets underway. Welcome back to the return of Examining England. Obviously, there's going to be a lot more Examining England videos as the World Cup is literally right around the corner. And obviously, this was quite an important game. Really, in terms of like one aspect, it was an important game because obviously it's the last game and preparation game that Gareth Southgate has and also the England team have before they kick off their World Cup encounter. But it doesn't really, apart from having the mental aspect and that psychological aspect in terms of how the result would dictate in terms of the way that it went, other than that, there wasn't really anything kind of, you know, on the line in regards to this game, really. But England do be victorious. They are victorious, 2-0 winners in the end, and it was a fairly comfortable night, really. We'll touch on and briefly review the game first and foremost, and then I'll give my further thoughts and feelings whether I believe England are ready for the World Cup finals. And as the World Cup kicks off next Thursday, England need to be ready in order to have a good chance. England kick off their World Cup encounter on Monday, June the 18th, and that is when they take on Tunisia. So, in regards to the game tonight, it seems that Gareth Southgate, and we spoke about this earlier in Examining England a couple of months ago, he's gone with a back three. So it's a 3-4-3 really, and England are going to be shaped up and kind of playing with a back three. And in my mind, it's, if you can perfect that system, right, and I've said that really badly, if you can perfect that system, then it's great. But the back three, if you are uncomfortable and unsure and can't master how to play at a back three, you know, it's a lot of pressure is relied on the wing backs. You know, they have to be equally as good going forward as they are going back. And, you know, it requires specialist players to play in those specialist positions. And if you get that formation wrong, then you could be in grave danger, really. And England have always been kind of, their defensive frailties have always come to fruition, in my opinion. So, you know, that is a slight concern. And today's game, Gareth Southgate played a very kind of weakened side, really. Vardy, Rashford played, you know, he played Loftus-Cheek, Alexander-Arnold, Harry Maguire, but Phil Jones, Jack Butland, who I think Jack Butland is the England #1 goalkeeper, really. He's got a couple of options, really, but I'm pretty sure it will be Jack Butland leading the line. And I think Gareth Southgate at this point knows what his starting 11 is going to be. He must at this point, surely he knows his starting 11. He's filling out quite an experienced side to kind of say to the young players that are trying to push into that starting 11, show me what you can do. And Marcus Rashford, oh my Jesus Christ, he was absolutely electric tonight. What a goal that he scored to put England a goal to the good. His goal came on just 13 minutes, and it was an absolutely ridiculous goal. It was about 20-25 yards out, and the curl, the precision, the accuracy, and it just bent and it weaved and it like ricocheted and went through Keylor Navas, who obviously is a Champions League winner for with Real Madrid, but you know, no goalkeeper in the world is saying that. It was an absolutely ridiculous shot, and he looks so good tonight, Marcus Rashford, and particularly England going forward. They are pressing Costa Rica in the early stages in their first half, you know, really well, and we were pressing them high and not allowing them really to play whatsoever. And that was plan A, and plan A was working well. You know, we were pressing Costa Rica high up the field. You know, we were creating many chances, and we created plenty of chances this evening. And, you know, we got the goal courtesy of Marcus Rashford, an absolutely ridiculous goal that he scored. And then in the second half, kind of Costa Rica changed it around, very similar to what happened at the weekend when we played Nigeria. We had a fantastic first 45 minutes, and then kind of Nigeria changed it around, matched us, and then they kind of got the goal. You know, Alex Iwobi scored because Nigeria started to incite pressure onto us after England had kind of cemented that pressure in the early stages, and that would be another cause of concern in my eyes. You know, when the going gets tough, England don't get going. You know, when they've got plan A, and this has always been a problem with England, certainly in kind of where I'm sitting, from where I'm sitting right now, this is kind of what I kind of, believe. When England got their mojo going, and when they are pressing teams, when they are creating chance after chance after chance after chance, they're absolutely joy to watch and a joy to behold, and they will cause any team, any single team in the land, they will cause problems and they will devastate teams in their wake. However, when a team changes, or where a team can match England toe-to-toe, when they can cause them defensive, vulnerabilities, cause them defensive problems, and ultimately they can adapt to kind of outplay England if England are dominating in the early stages, England don't have a plan B. Now, Gareth Southgate has said that the boys know exactly how they need to play, so, if the going gets tough, do we have a plan B? Well, the boys know how to adapt to that. I'm not entirely sure about that, and that would be a cause of concern. In recent years, the reason why we lost to Iceland in Euro 2016 was because, we kind of came to that game with the mindset and mentality that we were going to just walk the game, and kind of Iceland matched us not just physically but kind of mentally, and also they matched us in terms of their quality. Even though England had a far superior squad, Iceland put everything into that game, and we just didn't have a plan B, and ultimately that kind of ended with us going out of the Euros at a ridiculously early stage. And in the World Cup 4 years ago, we had the same kind of problem. We played Costa Rica actually 4 years ago in our World Cup group. It finished goalless. And obviously Costa Rica had their own little fairy tale in the 2014 World Cup. They got all the way to the quarterfinals. They went through with Uruguay in England's group in 2014. And they're not a bad team. They've showed exactly what they can do. On the biggest stage that you can possibly think of at an international level, Costa Rica proved that they can swallow the pressure, swallow the pride, and they can go out there and actually cause teams problems. Tonight, despite the fact that in the second half that they matched England and they kind of subsided England's pressure and they were able to kind of counter us, all in all it was a fairly comfortable game. It wasn't the most exciting game you're ever going to see, and it normally is an exciting game in regards to England, but in the end we get the job done. We get a second goal for kind of 15 minutes before the game kind of ceases. Danny Welbeck, really, really nice header, went through Dele Alli on the right hand side. He then quit it across, and Welbeck with a header to give England a second goal, and then we just held on to a 2-0 comfortable win in the end. And all in all, really, it was a fairly kind of routine day at the office. England had 10 shots, 6 on target, 63% of the ball. Costa Rica in the second half created a couple of decent chances. I think they had 8 shots, only 3 on target. They had 37% of the ball, but in the end it was kind of a comfortable England win, despite the fact that we started so well in the first half. We created so much pressure in the first half, we created chances in the first half, and in the second half kind of Costa Rica kind of counteracted us, and despite the fact that they looked slightly dangerous in a couple of given moments, they didn't really have the quality to push through. When you look at their side, that Joel Campbell, former Arsenal, Joel Campbell is actually a very, very good player. Didn't really do much, Urella didn't really do much up front. Gonzalez got a booking, and Keylor Navas conceded 2 goals, and in the end really England's quality shined for a couple of hairy moments here or there, but all in all a good win. It all now leaves to the question on everybody's tongue: is this England side ready? Next for England, the World Cup. They're going out to Russia. Their World Cup campaign starts on Monday, June the 18th, and Tunisia is the first game away at Tunisia. Obviously, it's in Russia, but they're kind of the away side on match day 1 for their group. With me and what I'm thinking, and obviously I've given my World Cup predictions, so check them out. I'll leave a link to them down in the description below. What I'm kind of thinking is that we should get out of our group, fairly comfortably. Tunisia, we should win. We should beat Panama quite comfortably. The Belgian game is where we're really going to see whether this England side, if they lose to Tunisia and Panama, it's going to be irrelevant anyway, and that would be disastrous. I don't think that will happen. I don't think they're going to be comfortable wins, but I think in the end we're going to get the win, very much like tonight. So I think we should get 6 points out of 6, and that Belgium game is really going to be interesting. I can't predict that Belgium game. I don't know what's going to happen, whether England are going to turn up and kind of shock everybody, or we're going to get absolutely ripped apart by Belgium. I mean, it's either one or two. It's either going to go one or two ways. Either we're going to get absolutely ripped apart and Eden Hazard is going to shit on us, or we're going to actually turn up for a change and beat one of the big guns, or both teams are going to, cancel each other out, very much like a chess match, and in the end it's going to finish goalless, and it will be kind of, a meaningless game, because by then England and Belgium might already be through into the knockout stages. So, it's imperative that we get the kind of back-to-back wins before we play that Belgium game. Should we, have to beat Belgium, or we will go out, then we could be under serious pressure. I strongly believe that we should get to the quarterfinals at a minimum, semi-final at a push. But now it's kind of, we've done all the practice. Gareth Southgate surely at this stage knows exactly what starting 11 he's going to play. He knows his formation, and all I really want them to work on is to ensure that they've got a plan B, so when the going gets tough they can adapt, and we can take from there really. What I like about this England side is it's got youth. There is some experience in the ranks, not as much an experience as I would like and as I would have hoped, but that kind of youthfulness and that kind of rawness sometimes can actually kind of be more of a benefit really. So and Gareth Southgate has done, and he's worked wonders with the under 21s. He knows how to get the best out of these players. They've gone on a 10 unbeaten run, back-to-back wins just before the World Cup gets underway. They are in a good position. You've got players that are coming into form. So now kind of all the talking is done. England, and we can talk the talk with them. Now they've got to walk the walk, and they're going to walk the walk on Monday, June the 18th, as we kick off our World Cup campaign. And that really, there isn't really much else I can say to that other than I'm excited, I'm optimistic, I'm nervous. But if England can, the thing with England is that they have got it in them. These players, this group of players have got it in them. They've got to play to the best of their ability. And if they do, we can cause problems. We can cause any number of teams any sort of problems. We've just got to believe in ourselves and put the kind of practice, and the proof has got to be in the pudding really. We've got to put our practice into precision, and we've got to take it from there really. And that is where I'm going to leave this Examining England for you this evening. So I will rejoin you next for Examining England for England's first World Cup encounter on Monday, June the 18th. In the meantime, I'm going to have DJ Bagpuss music moments and a couple of other videos coming out to you, so stay tuned on this channel. Please make sure to leave a like on the video if you've enjoyed, subscribe to the channel if you're new around here, and check out my other great content as well. And I'm really looking forward to the World Cup getting underway. There's going to be a lot of World Cup content on this channel, so stay tuned, subscribe if you are new around here, and until next time, take care, and I shall see you all later. Take care, and I shall see you all very, very, very soon.